There's always a moment in every sports dynasty when the clock seems to run faster. The accumulated victories are already written in history. The trophies already shine on the shelves, and the celebrated heroes begin to feel the weight of time. But at the same time, there's that flame of there's still a chance. It is an eternal dilemma. Hold on to the future in the name of youth, or bet everything on the present to try for one more run toward glory. And this is exactly where the Golden State Warriors find themselves in 2025. Stephen Curry at 37 still launches shots from half court as if defying logic itself. Draymond Green continues to be the defensive engine, even though his body no longer responds the same way every night. But what about the future? What about the pieces that are supposed to carry the torch when the veteran stars finally leave the stage? It is at this point that the name Jonathan Kuminga emerges with a weight that goes far beyond his averages in points and rebounds. He is not just a 22-year-old looking for playing time. He represents a symbol, a crossroads. On one side, the promise of continuity, a player who can mature and become a pillar of a new era in San Francisco. On the other, the risk of being trade currency, part of a package that could bring immediate impact for the final stretch of Curry and company. The problem? Kuminga and the Warriors don't see eye to eye. He wants a contract with a player option, guaranteeing autonomy. The franchise insists on a team option, keeping control. It may seem like a detail, but in the NBA, nothing is a detail. Every clause, every option, every choice is a declaration of intent. And while negotiations stall, other teams begin to watch from afar, sensing opportunity. One of those teams is the Sacramento Kings, who are not only lurking but have already been pointed out as protagonists in a possible three-team trade, also involving the Brooklyn Nets. The information circulated through names like Anthony Slater and Shams Charania gained traction with analyses from Eric Pincus, and soon turned the rumor into a hot discussion in the NBA Despite universe. Still playing at a high level, the proposal is bold. Represents Sacramento to receive Jonathan Kuminga and veteran Buddy Hield. Golden State would get Malik Monk, Drew Timm, and a protected 2026 first-round pick. The Nets, acting as facilitators, would land Dario Saric, a second-round pick, and $1 million. Suddenly, what seemed like just a contractual soap opera between Kuminga and the Warriors turned into a potential turning point for three franchises, each at completely different stages of their cycles. And this is where the story gets fascinating, because more than numbers, stats, or contracts, we are talking about philosophy, about decisions that shape legacies, about questions that echo what is worth more, tomorrow or today, potential future or immediate certainty. Golden State lives a paradox every fan recognizes, the desire to remain competitive while trying to prepare the ground for the future. It is like trying to run while planting seeds, and that rarely works. Kuminga, with his 15.3 points per game last season, is pure explosiveness. High-speed dunks, physical defense, positional versatility. He is the type of player any coach looks at and thinks, if he fits, we've got a diamond. But fitting takes time, patience, minutes on the floor. Time that, let's be honest, the Warriors don't have anymore. Curry is in his final chapters, and the franchise knows wasting these years will be almost a sporting sacrilege. That's why Malik Monk sounds so tempting. A 27-year-old in his prime, coming off a season in which he averaged 17.2 points and 5.6 assists in 31.6 minutes per game, all career highs. Monk is not just scoring. He is energy, dynamism, immediate electricity. He is the type of player who can change the rhythm of a game in a matter of minutes, something Golden State has been desperately searching for in its rotations. Trading Kuminga for Monk in practice will be trading raw future talent for immediate present impact. A tough decision, but understandable within the logic of maximizing every remaining minute of the Curry era. If for the Warriors, the trade is about the present. For the Kings, it is about the future. Sacramento has recently experienced a resurgence, finally breaking years of playoff drought. Fox became a star. Sabonis brought consistency. Keegan Murray is emerging as a solid young piece. But something is missing. That third element capable of turning a competitive team into a threatening one. And that's where Jonathan Kuminga fits as an almost perfect piece. At 22, he can grow within Mike Brown's system, cutting to the basket, defending elite wings in the West. And if he develops his shooting, becoming the missing link Sacramento seeks. On top of that, Buddy Hield still offers long-range shooting, spacing the floor for Fox and Sabonis to work the pick and roll. Of course, losing Monk is painful. The sixth man who ignited games and won over fans will be replaced by a promise still in development. But in the NBA, sometimes you must sacrifice comfort for the dream of taking the next step. For the Nets, the scenario is simple: rebuilding, receiving Saric. A future pick and financial compensation may seem small, but it is exactly the type of asset that builds patience in the long run. Brooklyn is not chasing headlines now. It is seeking flexibility and future opportunities. This hypothetical trade echoes dilemmas already seen in the league. In 2007, the Boston Celtics went all in, trading youth and picks to bring Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen alongside Paul Pierce. The result was immediate. a championship in 2008. On the other hand, teams like the Philadelphia 76ers held on to young prospects such as Michael Carter-Williams and Nerlens Noel, betting on development that never blossomed. Golden State stands at that crossroads. Kuminga could be the next Siakam, or he could be just another case of talent that never panned out. Monk could be the spark that leads the Warriors to another playoff run, or just a temporary relief. Sacramento could strike gold and turn Kuminga into a star, or regret giving up Monk. That suspense is what makes the NBA so magnetic. With Kuminga on the Kings, the starting five could line up Fox, Herter, Kuminga, Keegan Murray, and Sabonis. A mix of speed, physicality, and spacing. In Golden State, Monk would slot in as Curry's complement, bringing dynamism to small ball lineups. Each scenario opens different possibilities, and every detail matters. Minutes on the floor, clutch situations, pick and roll usage. All of this could turn this rumored trade into a reality with serious impact. In the end, it all comes down to time. Time that Curry still has at a high level. Time that Kuminga needs to flourish. Time that Sacramento wants to accelerate to turn relevance into greatness. And time that the Nets use as an ally, building for the long term. That is why this discussion goes beyond a trade. It is a microcosm of the modern NBA. Each team in a different phase, each decision loaded with symbolism, each move with the potential to alter legacies. And when October approaches, with a deadline for Kuminga's qualifying offer, maybe we will finally get answers. Or maybe we will just get more chapters of saga that, like so many in the league, keeps fans glued to the screen, their phones, their social media, waiting for the next update. Because in the NBA, the drama doesn't just happen inside the four lines. It also lives between the lines.